half about me. Jackie, how are you doing today?
I'm all right. I'm feeling good back in Rhode Island. Loving being back here in the summer especially. And just kind of getting over things and, you know, putting one step in front of the other. One foot in front of the other.
I like that. Getting back into things. I love it. Before we get into your stints on reality television, let's chat about the background. So you grew up in Warwick.
I did.
Okay. You went to Bayview.
I went to Bayview.
Did you participate in Manhattan at the Bay or Manhattan at the big soiree show that they have?
I actually didn't. If I could go back and do it over again, I probably would have. But I was kind of a nerd in high school, and I just focused on my grades. And I remember saying, you know, I'd love to do that, but I'm worried it will affect my grades.
Look at you.
Yeah, big old nerd here.
Well-rounded alert. So after high school, what did you go on to do?
I went on to college. I went to Fairfield University in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And I graduated in 2005, and upon graduation I moved to New York with no job. Do it if you ever want to. I advise you just go.
You did the
Go with your gut.
Bradshaw thing.
I did. I followed my heart, and you know, you eventually make it. You just find a way. I got some jobs and started working, and I found my place in New York.
What is your niche? What does Jackie Gordon do in New York?
Well, I currently work as a preschool teacher, and I'm also an artist. So, you know, both work pretty well with one another. You have a lot of free time. You're using your, you know, creative juices when you're working with kids, too. So, I hope to someday be a full-time painter and be able to, you know, just show.
So you make it on to, and we're speaking with Jackie Gordon. She's from the Bachelor franchise. We're calling it the franchise like it's like, you know, Transformers, but whatever. And if you want to speak with Jackie, you can call us 438-WPRO, 1-800-321-WPRO. We're live on the webcam, 630WPRO.com. So you find out it's Brad. That is the Bachelor. Your thoughts on Brad and what it was like initially going on The Bachelor?
Well, I actually didn't know it was going to be Brad until the limo doors opened, and then I saw him standing there, and I never watched The Bachelor.
You didn't?
Never. Never.
So you didn't know what to expect. You just kind of blindly nominated yourself.
Yeah. I had known there was another guy from Rhode Island actually on the show before this past season. So I started watching it because I heard, oh, this guy that I know might be on it. And anyway, I just figured, why not, you know? And then I started watching ever since. I saw Allie's season and so forth. But I didn't know who Brad Womack was. So when I opened the limo door, I was like, okay, quick, think back. Oh, this is the repeat Bachelor. Okay, that's pretty much all I know, you know?
Being on reality television, I'm guessing, because again, I mean, yes, granted, having a show like This Week in Entertainment is like having my own reality show. We have a camera in here, we have a flip camera on the radio, but I obviously have no clue. There's some things I feel like I know, but I might not. So taping a reality show like The Bachelor, to me, and if you could clarify the following, I have some assumptions. A lot of booze, a little food.
There is a lot of everything. There is food. It's fully stocked. A lot of girls you see gain weight over the time, actually, but a lot of booze, yes.
You didn't gain weight, though.
No, I was careful. It was like too much food all the time, too much booze. You gotta just be easy, you know. It's just everything you want at any moment in regards to that stuff. So.
Do you feel like when the camera's on you, you become almost a different Jackie, or do you feel like the same person?
No, I feel like the same person. At least for the first week on The Bachelor, I felt a little weird and kind of had to think through everything I said so carefully. Now, you just become yourself after a week. You really just kind of lose yourself in it, and you got to be careful. You know, people are watching.
Yeah.
Your grandmother is watching. Just remember that.
Always remember Grandma is watching you. Always remember Grandma is watching you.
Yes.
Seeing yourself engage in things like kissing on television, being romanced on television. These are situations that most people require privacy for, you know? So, how weird was that for you, or was it not weird at all?
No, that was weird. Yeah, I mean, you get used to the cameras, whatever, you're cooking breakfast, you don't care, there's a camera on you, big deal. But when a guy goes in for a kiss, it's like, oh, I hope that looked good, or, oh, you know. It is weird. It's definitely weird, but you gotta just kind of lose yourself in the moment and try your hardest just to think it's just the two of you, because if this is something that could possibly work out, you don't want anything else in your mind.
When you watch it back, what do you think? Like, what are your thoughts on watching seasons like The Bachelor Pad back and The Bachelor?
Both very different for me.
Okay.
Watching back The Bachelor, it wasn't quite as personal. What I went through on The Bachelor Pad really just struck a chord. I mean, it was an experience unlike any other. I'd never take it back, but watching The Bachelor Pad makes me hold my breath a little bit.
Well, for those that, you know, a lot of people do watch the Bachelor Pad, but I understand that people that are listening to us right now, myself and Jackie Gordon from the Bachelor Pad, don't necessarily, they might not watch it. So what happened to Jackie? And Jackie, you can sort of correct me and take me through this a little bit. Last season, which was Ashley Abear's season, there was a man that had made it to the top 3. He went on a hometown date, Ames. And a lot of people were like, oh, Ames is so cute. It's too bad they just don't have that chemistry. So they bring Ames and William and Blake. They bring them all back to the Bachelor Pad. And Ames falls in love with someone in particular on the Bachelor Pad, falls really hard. We see it all play out, and it was you. Mm-hmm. Watching that back, what is that like for you? Because that's personal.
Yeah, that's personal. I'm even tearing up right now. It's hard. The minute I walked in that house, like, the game aspect was, like, out the window. I just saw him, and I was like, this is the guy that I've been dying to meet from the last season, and we just hit it off right away, and one thing after another, I just, the game, like I said, just went out the window. I just wanted to spend every waking minute with him. You know, I woke up with a smile on my face and went to bed, like, happy, and I didn't want to go to bed because I wanted to stay up and talk to him all night. It's very, very real. And to anybody that questions whether or not you can fall in love on reality TV, I was kind of a skeptic.
Yeah.
And even after The Bachelor with Brad, I was still kind of skeptical. But now I'm not.
But you fell in love with Ames.
Mm-hmm. I'm fully, 100% on board with the fact that you can fall in love on TV.
The clip we played a little while ago of you and Ames, because you were voted off the Bachelor Pad. It came down to you and Ella, and they say, sorry, Jackie, you're going home. But then Ames runs after you. He leaves. The whole place just erupts. Oh, my goodness. Where do you and Ames stand today?
Yeah, wow, that was a magical moment. We're currently, he ended it for whatever reasons. It's unfortunate, you know, I really fell for this guy. I thought I was going to marry him, maybe. I mean, I don't want to jump the gun, we didn't,
No,
you know, but he was just, it was love at first sight.
Yeah.
And I'm heartbroken, completely crushed. There were a couple days where I couldn't get out of bed in the morning. And, yeah, it really affected me that much.
Watching it back affects you, I'm sure.
Yes, I have watched it back twice, and both times I lose it. I cry like a baby. And my friend Meredith was watching it with me on the couch, and she, like, grabbed me. She's like, Jackie, do you want me to turn it off? Like, no. You know, it's hard to rewatch that because those were real feelings. That was real love, and I wish it were still, you know, it was still on for us. It's too bad that for whatever reason.
After that limo ride home, how long were you together before he said no more?
We dated for about a month after. He says, you know, it was a little shorter than that. It wasn't distance. We both live in New York. So we hung out at, you know, I went to his apartment. We went to, you know, we did dinners and picnics and stuff like that. And I think I have to say now that I think he was kind of excited about all the attention he was getting on the Men Tell All and, you know, from Ashley's season. And he was kind of in line, or is in line, to be the next Bachelor. And I can't help but be convinced that that really is what ended this.
So you think maybe his chance between him, Ben, and whoever else in the running for being the Bachelor was the deciding factor in him saying, even though I just said to everybody on national television that I fell hard, I'm going to end it.
100%. Yeah, I have reasons to think so. When he was gone on the Men Tell All, that was where he really started to distance himself from me, and that was shocking, you know. And it doesn't take a brain surgeon to put two and two together and say, oh, you know, he's coming off The Bachelorette. All of America is swooning over him. He's now the most eligible man in America. Women love him, and he might be the next Bachelor. You know, pick what looks like a better deal, and that's unfortunate if that's the case.